Hello and welcome to another Adobe Photoshop CC tutorial. I'm Lewis from fluiddesigners.com and I'm going to be showing you how to do this walkthrough. It's going to be a full-length tutorial, so it's going to be 3 parts. So the concept basically is making this nice dramatic effect using the butterflies and this gloomy setting I've made. Some of the images you'll need for this tutorial, I'm afraid you have to purchase. But if you don't want to purchase them, then I'm going to show you some free ones first, and you can follow along with those images instead. So let's get straight into it. So first of all, let's show you the images which you can use yourself while following this tutorial. It's not about the images itself and the actual finishing touch. It's about the process I'm going through, the techniques you'll be learning, and what you can take from that. It's not about the image, it's about the techniques basically and how to use them appropriately. So let's go straight into the websites which I recommend. So freeimages.com is the first one. So you could use like this one here, which is a nice wintry field. Just type in lake, because obviously as you can see with the image on your screen now, or before, it's you know, you want the lake with the trees and that, so you can get many images very similar on here. If not, then there's the other site here which was DeviantArt. So on the stock section you'll find lots of images which you can use and you'll get the same effect. As again, it's not about the finishing image, it's about the effects I'm using and the channels and that. Again, for CG textures, this is for the butterflies and any other parts I use, like the ladybug. So if I type in ladybug, I'm sure it'll come up. Maybe not, that's quite funny. It'll be on here anyway on DeviantArt, definitely. So these are the butterflies here. It's got ladybug. And there you go, just use them from there. Again, some images I got here. That's the twigs you can use. All these photos will be in the description, so don't worry about that. Okay, so let's get straight into it. So first is to make your new document. So as you can see on mine, if I go to image size, this is basically A3 size, or A2 I believe. So we're not going to do that, we're going to do the same, but we're not going to do it that big. We'll do 72 resolution because there's no need for print quality for a tutorial. So that's that. So the first step is, if we go down to the layers and let's see at the bottom, first step is the initial image. As you can see, I got this from Shutterstock, so that's why I can't give you these images, I'm afraid. But yeah, as I said, you do not need the images. It's all about the tutorial and the process. So let me just bring that image in. Okay. Obviously, if you wanted to buy it, then obviously it's on Shutterstock, these images. So I'm just going to extend it to the page. So all I did there is I go back, Control T or Command T, and then holding Shift and Alt, which keeps the proportions, and I'm just dragging it to fits my screen, like so. I'm going to be going back and forth to my tutorial PSD just so I can, you know, get it exactly right. So the next step I did was add in the twig, I believe. Okay, so let's do that first. Okay, so let's bring that in there. Let's bring it into a new document actually, so we can don't have to separate there. So we got the image here. So as again, if you go on the image like this one here, or find a better one, same principle. Okay, so all I'm going to do is I'm going to hit the magic wand, hit once, and it will select it roughly. We're going to go to mask and then invert it. So Control I, just to see what we're actually cutting out. So as you see, that's a pretty good cut on that one. No need for refinements. I mean, maybe around like these sections up here, it's not too great. So let's change the tolerance up here. So let's go to 20. And then let's see what that looks like. So I'd say that was probably worse. So let's just go back. So I'm going to keep it about 40. Let's try 40. Control I. Let's have a look. That looks good to me. Okay, so all we've got to do then is mask it out. So hit the mask button at the bottom of the screen. First of all, ungroup, unlock it. And then, oops, sorry. Okay, that's strange. And then mask it. Obviously invert it first. I'm going to bring that into my scene. Got that. Control T again. I'm just going to push it into the scene so let's see where we've put it. About there. Yeah, about there. Okay. So then we're going to mask out the bottom, obviously because we've got the grass and the leaves here. So, but actually, first of all, let's get rid of this fringing, which I don't like. So, Control I on your mask. Then we're going to go Select, Modify, and Contract by 2. As you can see, it's gone in by 2, I would say, pixels, but I'm not sure if it is. And it's gotten rid of that white. So then now we can go Control Shift I again to invert, and then Edit, Fill, Black. That might have been confusing, so I'll do it again. So we got the selection again. I've Control and clicked on the thumbnail. Select, Modify, Contract by 2. That basically brings it in a bit. And then if I select Inverse, Edit, Fill, Black. And there we go, got rid of that line. If you've still got a line, then or like a horrible thing, then just go to Layer, Matting, and then remove white, and that should work for you. Okay, so we got that. So then let's blend it into the grass more. So we got this. We need a grass brush, don't we? So we could create one if you wanted to, but I'm not going. So I'm going to use the standard. This will be in your Photoshop. It should be in any of them, so you should be fine. So let's make that appropriate size. It should be the appropriate size. Oh, strange. Okay, so then we got the brush here, and that should be fine. So let's try it. Obviously, we need to go to brush settings first because we've got color dynamics on transfer on. This basically it adds in this white and this this grey. I'm not sure why that's what transfer and color dynamics does. Take those off and do that again. And let's see what we get. I want to make the brush a bit bigger. So just get the bottom for now. We're going to fix it in a second. That should be fine. Now on a new layer, get your clone stamp, get the same brush, remember to take off transfer, and then get some of the leaves, some of the grass, and then just put it over the top. Maybe using this other one here, it's quite a nicer one here. Might work a bit better. Okay. See what that looks like. It's okay, it's not perfect. You could always just use the soft round brush and get a section and just try and blend it a bit more. Like so. Okay. That's not too bad. We can always come back to that later. It's not the most important part. So let's go back to our piece to see what we've done. So we've changed. The next step is to change the color of the leaves and the butterflies. Add in the butterflies. So let's get our scene together first. Let's get in the butterflies. Again, you can get them from the websites I have suggested. I'm going to bring in my own ones. Okay, so I've got these two here. So let's work on this one first. And these three, sorry. So as you can see, they are very different colors. Blue and it's like a magenta, pink type color. And then you've got this red one over here, orange. As you can see on the original design, I've made them all the same sort of color shade. So to do that, let's get them cut out first. So I'm going to rasterize these. I'm not going to rasterize that one. I'm going to make this one a bit bigger, then I'm going to rasterize it. You don't have to rasterize it, but you can always keep it as a clipping mat, as a smart object if you wish. Okay, so there's again the magic wand. Let's see what we're getting. So Control I again, and then see if it's getting all we want. Yep, it's doing that fine. So let's mask that out. I can see that it's got a bit in the middle, a bit of the pixels. So let's with our white, just make sure we just go with that. Again with this one. Let's see again. I'll just see before I do anything. Yeah, that's fine. And again with this one's gonna be a bit more, not tricky. Just have to cut off the bottom part first. Delete that. We don't need the reflection on it. Wrong one. Okay. And this one, same again. Just make sure we're not cutting out the legs or anything, that's fine. Mask that out. Okay. And let's get them on our position. So we've got one here, one over here, and then one there and one on there. So let's do that. Up here. Gonna Control T. Just place him there. Got a sort of halo around our boxes at the moment, but we'll fix that. So around there. Yep. And that one is on that leaf there. I believe. Doesn't have to be exactly the same, but for the sake of the tutorial, might as well get it right. Okay. Okay, so now we basically want to match it to this color here. So we could do this in various ways. So you can go to Image, Adjustments, and then try and match the color to that specific butterfly. So if I go to Source, Tutorial, not that one, go on Titled, and then we want to go to try and find which one is the right butterfly. It's not. It is that one, but as you can see, that hasn't worked for us. So what we're going to do instead is play around with the hue and saturation. So we could do this in different layers if you want. So let's call this left butterfly. This one's the top one, so top butterfly, and then I'll go right butterfly, but it's going to be 2 if you remember from the other one. So let's work on this one first. So let's get a hue and saturation. Let's attach it. So you could try and just play with these bars and try and get to the blue like that, but it's not going to get the desired effect. So I'm going to leave it like that for now, to 0. We're going to go to reds first, and let's see if we can change that around to a sort of nice blue like that. We're going to go to magentas, change that to a sort of nice blue. We want to keep this sort of teak color in there as well. I kind of like it. Cyans, let's try and just boost the cyan if we can, if there's any point in doing that. Yellows, let's try and change the yellows. There's not much yellow in that. Just go for it more basically, just to check that you're not leaving anything out. The greens, there should be some green in that. Let's see if we've got it quite close. As you can see, we have. It's a little oversaturated at the moment, but we can take on that, of course, of the master one, like so. Okay, so that's that one done. But I don't like this horrible saturation over here, so we can delete that. So let's get a new hue and saturation layer, attach it, bring our saturation right down. Go on the thumbnail. And then we're gonna Control I to invert it, or go to Select Invert or Inverse. And then with the white, I'm just gonna go over this. You might want to do different colors, or just change these to something else. Or even cut it yourself, maybe. So I could attach another and get a color. The blue again. Just color it yourself. Just try and make it realistic. I mean, that's enough. You won't be able to notice this. So that's that one done. So then let's do this top one up here. It's a bit more trickier because he's quite a red hue. So again, just gonna get a hue saturation, attach it, which is I'm holding Alt on my keyboard to attach it between the layers. So I'll show you that again. Delete that. Get that, and then holding Alt, as you see between the layers, it comes out with this little pointer, this arrow. Do that. Okay, and then we're going to do the same. So go to reds. Let's try and get it to nice. That side's better. And go to yellows. Not much in yellow. Greens, not much in green. So with this one, I'm going to have to do quite a bit of editing in terms of self-colouring in a way. So attach a new layer. Get a nice blue. Let's just take it straight from this one over here. Not that one. Get a subtle blue. We're going to go on Vivid Light, I believe. Vivid Light, let's try that. Get your brush. Change the flow if you wish. And let's see if we can bring back some of this blue into it. So bring that flow quite down a lot. So there's no real technique to this unless you want to, you know, a certain blue in a certain place. I'm just doing it to make it try and nice and colourful. You don't want it all one colour because that just ruins it. Let's have a look. Yeah, I like that. It's nice. We might need to add a bit more teak into this other butterfly first though, so let's do that. So got this one here. So again, hue and saturation. So try and add in some blues, so a bit more teak. Something like that maybe. A bit of blues again. Change the blues. Not too much, but just to match the other butterflies. Something like that's fine. Okay, so do the same to the leaves. So first of all, we got to take out the leaves. So not take them out, but we got to select them. So I'm just gonna. Well, you can't do that. Go to hue and saturation again, same as we did before. Just call this tree. Group those together. And obviously this one's the right butterfly. Okay, and I'm going to change this saturation all the way to blue. Like that. Maybe bring the saturation up a little bit more. Maybe the lightness. Possibly. We're looking at the leaf. Don't worry about the tree at the moment. Okay, and then invert that selection again. And just reveal it onto the leaves itself. So get a full flow for this one. So let's just do it roughly for now. I don't think you want the branch to be a blue hue, but it's up to you. So we can get the polygon lasso tool if you want a bit more accuracy. So I'm going to leave this little bit in there, and then just fill it with white, sorry. Like that. Like that. You can always go in and do this actually separately. Fill. Okay, and that's that. Okay, so that's the end of part one. We've basically got our main objects into the scene. We've got to put the boat in next. But yeah, just follow on for part two, and I'll see you in a minute.